By being the second person to win the Hero World Challenge twice, joining Tiger Woods, Viktor Hovland elevated himself to the elite group. The Norwegian defeated Scottie Scheffler's challenge to win the title, just as he had done in Albany 12 months prior. Scheffler would have returned to the top of the global rankings with a win. Also, is Viktor Hovland considering a move to live golf? Watch this video to find out. First up, Viktor Hovland is the youngster making his mark in the golf world.
Trying to best that. Gotta get this to run out just a bit.
The young Norwegian player won 2 PGA Tour events in his debut season as a pro. At such a young age, Viktor Hovland is making his mark in the golfing world. He also leads the influx of novice golfers learning the game's regulations thanks to YouTube, which explains his unique playing style to other players on the course. Viktor Hovland, born on September 18, 1997, was raised by his parents Harald and Galina Hovland alone. Hovland, who is 25 years old, was raised by his mother in Norway while his father worked for a private company. However, the family eventually moved to Oklahoma in America so that Viktor might seek a better life. At 11, the Norwegian's father introduced him to golf at this location. Next up, what are Viktor Hovland's achievements? Hovland received an athletics scholarship to Oklahoma State University for his academic excellence, particularly in 2014 when he won the Norwegian Amateur Golf Championships. The gifted kid received invitations to the 2019 Masters Tournament, 2019 US Open, and 2019 Open Championships after being the first Norwegian to win the Amateur US Open 4 years later. His accomplishment propelled him to the top of the world amateur golf ranking, despite placing 3 under par in a tie for 32nd at the 2019 Masters Open. Hovland also achieved the lowest 72-hole score by an amateur since Jack Nicklaus's 282 in 1960, with his low score of 280 at the 2019 US Open. And he became the first golfer since Matt Kuchar in 1998 to take home low amateur honors in the Masters and US Open in the same year. But in 2020, Hovland won the Puerto Rico Open, becoming the first Norwegian to do it on the PGA Tour. He then won the Mayakoba Golf Classic, his second victory in a full-strength PGA Tour event, with a birdie on the 72nd hole. Viktor has won tournaments, including the European Tour, BMW International Open, Slink.io Dubai Desert Classic, and the Hero World Challenge. Because his first 5 professional victories occurred outside of the United States, he was given the moniker Resort King for this tournament. Next is Alan Bratton's remarks on Viktor Hovland. Alan Bratton, the golf coach at Oklahoma State, respects Hovland's ability to evaluate his performance objectively. He said he loved his honesty in admitting he was terrible at chipping. No professional would expose themselves to such risk. He said Viktor did the double pump, the top of the backswing thing he does in a real round during the first European Tour tournament he played. He added that people started sending him recordings of it on his phone, so he contacted him and asked him what he was doing and when he began doing that. Viktor responded by saying he started that morning. He tested it out as a drill and decided to use it. Up next is Viktor Hovland's reaction to PGA Tour schedules. For the 2023 season, professional golfer Viktor Hovland from Norway desired a different schedule from the one that the PGA had set up. Due to the existence of LIV, the PGA circuit announced modifications earlier this year. Jay Monahan began to see LIV as a danger as more and more players departed the PGA to play on the Saudi-sponsored circuit, and as a result, he promised improvements. The number of tournaments a golfer must play yearly has increased due to the PGA Tour's adjustments. Even professional athletes agreed to play in 20 or more competitions. However, Monahan added other advantages and bonuses in addition to increasing the PIP budget. Despite the rise in financial rewards, some golfers, notably Hovland, seem unhappy. The Norwegian golfer acknowledged that it would be challenging to carry out his obligations to participate in all the prominent competitions in 2023. He spoke before the Hero World Challenge and the Tour events because next year is a Ryder Cup year. Hovland is aware of the need to enhance the PGA Tour's offerings. He does not, however, want to be required to participate in up to 25 events each year. Hovland longs for freedom. He was grateful to live for that liberty, although there is no information about him joining the Saudi-supported circuit. The professional disagrees with playing in all events as a must. He wants the freedom to make his own decisions while still participating. He claims that LIV players must compete in specific tournaments, even to play in the Ryder Cup. He thinks the strategy was superior to the PGA's timetable, which was participating in a few competitions to qualify for the Ryder Cup. Hovland stated that he might do it in a particular year, but thinks being obliged is not how he would like his career to look. Hovland's remarks followed a recent declaration by Jon Rahm. He sided with his old friend Phil Mickelson when he said that PGA golfers should appreciate LIV because if LIV did not exist, the PGA's new benefits and bigger purse would never have been implemented. However, the 2018 U.S. Amateur Champion declined to comment on whether LIV players should be allowed to compete at Ryder Cup. What are the plans for PGA? Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy convened an urgent LIV meeting in response to Rahm's comments. The PGA has received the most backing from Woods and McIlroy. However, all of the meeting's golfers have denied divulging any information about it. However, Justin Thomas, the tour's headliner, agreed with them. He believes that current number 1 McIlroy and former number 1 Woods are actively promoting a long-term improvement of the American circuit. Viktor Hovland beat Scottie Scheffler to defend the Hero World Challenge. After hitting the water on the 18th hole, Viktor Hovland held off playing partner Scottie Scheffler and successfully defended the Hero World Challenge. Hovland was attempting to defend his championship, but Scheffler had added motivation from the knowledge that a win would see him surpass Rory McIlroy and take over the top spot in the global rankings. Hovland faced competition throughout the entire day in Albany, but he held off his pursuers and sank a long putt on 18 after sinking his second shot into the water to claim a 2-shot victory. It was like seeing a replay of when Hovland defeated Scheffler's bid to win the title a year earlier. Hovland, who currently serves as the event's host, became the first competitor to successfully defend the Hero World Challenge since Tiger Woods did it in 2007. When asked how it felt to cross the finish line, Hovland responded that it was nerve-wracking. He never felt secure, even though he was ahead by 5 after the turn. He added that he didn't play all that well on the back 9, but it was still acceptable. Hovland stated that he was delighted Tiger Woods was not playing for the last 2 years. He joined Woods as a 2-time winner. He added that it was exceptional for him to win the tournament. His goal is to try and keep performing like that throughout the year. He said he intended to play exceptionally well at the start and end of the year throughout his brief career. He added it was terrific to close the year with a win and sit on the couch for a few weeks with a smile. The Norwegian got off to a strong start with birdies on holes 3 and 6, but Scheffler outperformed him after starting the round with birdies on holes 2, 4, and 6 to tie for the lead. Hovland has worked hard to improve his short game, which hasn't always been a strength. He used an intelligent pitch on the 7th hole to make a birdie. Scheffler persisted in his efforts, but things went wrong on the 9th hole when he struck a double bogey 7 and fell 5 strokes behind Hovland. The Masters champion has the mettle to overcome setbacks, and he scored birdies on holes 11, 14, 15, and 16 to close the gap on Hovland to 2. Hovland has exhibited a penchant for slower greens, so the speed at Albany was ideal for him, as seen by his superb lag putt on hole 17 that allowed him to enter the 18th tee with a 2-shot advantage. Hovland bogeyed the 18th hole at Albany last year's final round and did the same thing the previous day. The 18th doesn't just seem to suit his eye. In this year's final round, he took a poor stance and hit his tee shot into the rough on the right. He then tugged his second shot, which landed on some rocks before falling into the water. Even though Scheffler's birdie attempt from the waist area shaved the cup, he maintained his composure and could get up and down for a bogey, which was enough to secure the victory. A bogey on the par 5 15th stopped Xander Schauffele's assault as he finished at 11 under, but he had briefly threatened to emerge from the pack and surprise Hovland and Scheffler. With Viktor Hovland expressing his displeasure with the implemented rules and schedule changes, we have to wonder if he would remain committed to PGA or would he force a move to LIV Golf. As we await new developments, kindly drop your comments. Remember to like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.